All right, let's continue our focus. Yesterday, we spoke about the ongoing attacks against emergency service personnel in Gauteng. In the most recent attack, a group of EMS crew members, known as the Green Angels, were robbed while waiting for a police escort at a police station in Boksburg. Let's speak now to the South African Emergency Personnel's Union President, Mpho Mpogeng. Mr. Mpogeng, thank you for being with us. Do members of your union fear for their lives when they get called out?
Thank you for having me. Let me also indicate that our members are actually scared of taking night calls, more especially to the hotspot areas. I'll say that because you'll understand that this thing has been happening for some time. And unfortunately, there's nothing that has been done, precisely because the MECs, the minister, they don't even care about the very same attacks. And I must also further indicate that we had so many meetings with the ministers, with all the ministers, starting from the previous minister, Mutwaledi, and so forth, and the MECs, trying to indicate to them that it would be quite proper for them to procure for instance, the dashboard cameras and other things, so that at least we'll try to minimize these kind of attacks. And I must indicate that since this thing has been started, this issue of attacks, there's no arrest that has been effected by the law enforcers, precisely because we don't have apparatus, for instance, the cameras and whatsoever. The cameras and the vest cams that we requested them to procure. So those are the challenges that we're experiencing, because most of the guys who are supposed to do that, they're sitting in their offices, they don't respond to emergency calls. And remember, our people are just attacked. They'll call an ambulance from the station, and the ambulance will be dispatched, and the ambulance will be robbed. And the current one that we were speaking about, the very same crew were expecting police officers to come and escort them in those squatter camps. We know very well that the very same service of the police is not actually effective. Why I'm saying this is because the calls are delayed, people are dying while they're waiting for an ambulance, and the ambulance is available. The police, they don't have resources like vehicles. That on its own is a very serious challenge. Yeah. So we are saying, in those
can I clarify, just for viewers, so the ambulance was called out and somebody was in trouble, reportedly in an informal settlement, but the crew waited at a petrol station, waited for a police escort to go into that informal settlement, and that's where they were attacked. So you're saying those police escorts themselves aren't working because the crew are vulnerable while they wait. Once they go into the informal settlement, say, does the escort help?
No, it's not assisting. I'm telling you, I'll raise these issues with you now, is because in the emergency services we have a response time. So if you wait for a police to come and escort you while somebody else is dying, that is not assisting. That is why we said we engaged them, the department. We said to them, why can't you just appoint or procure a service of security services where the ambulance will be escorted directly to those squatter camps? Why are we saying this? Is because we know very well that let me firstly say, we're not saying we want the security services to escort all the ambulances, but we have the hotspot areas where we know that in the squatter camps, ambulance cannot go and come back safe. So those areas, the security, the companies must actually escort the ambulances. So that is why they rely on the police. And recently, yesterday, the police were marching. Popru was marching, talking about the issue of safety. You rely on the police who are not having resources. That on its own is a very serious challenge to a very destitute community that they are actually relying on the very same ambulances. So the issue of procurement in the Department of Health is a very serious challenge. We don't know what is it that they are failing to do, because the money gets stolen on a daily basis and there's nothing that has been done. So why are they failing to procure for EMS? We've raised so many issues with them. We brainstormed with them and checked the possible solutions for this matter, but they are not doing anything after the meetings. Yeah. I must indicate that we met all the MECs in all the provinces dealing with the very same issue, that there is a need for them to do something. Because we so wish that the very same attack can be directly impacted the very same MECs, or these MECs must be actually attacked. So it's then that they will do something about these attacks, because they are not doing anything and they have powers to procure, and they are sitting in their blue lights, they are not doing anything. Yeah. If they can be attacked, definitely I'm just sure that this will stop, because people are attacked, the ambulances are not attacked, because these are two things that we need to differentiate. If they were attacking and taking the ambulances or stealing the very same ambulances, definitely something should have been done. But now, because they are taking our members and they are taking their belongings, no one cares. So that is the problem that we are sitting with, because if these guys are not actually willing to do anything about this matter. So it's a worrying factor for us.
Are you, as the union, standing with management on this? We spoke to a communications deputy director yesterday. He said that they were asking for the procurement of technology that would at least pick up fake calls. But are you and management standing side by side saying more resources are needed here?
We normally don't agree with the very same managers, because they are the ones who are planning. When we talk about the budget, they're the ones who are actually responsible for that. So now, before COVID, they've been waiting for procurement. Firstly, let me indicate that we went to Western Cape and we raised the very same issues with them. They said they are procuring the vest camp, because we proposed that we need to have vest camp. So even today, there's nothing that has been done. COVID saved them. Now the situation is coming back again, and there is nothing that is in place to try and deal with these issues. So it's a very serious challenge, because the very same managers they are assisting. They are also advisors to these politicians, because they are the ones who are actually telling these politicians so what is it that they can firstly procure and when and how. Right. So I'm not actually agreeing with them, because they're also responsible for these things, because at some point, the very same managers are the ones who are actually intimidating our members to go to those areas that are dangerous. And because our managers in most cases, when they actually instruct our members to go to those areas, they don't even think about the police, they don't even think about the attacks. Because they're intimidating, right. They're telling our members that if you don't go to those areas, you'll be charged tomorrow when I come to the office. So today they claim they want to be angels and say that they are trying to do something about the situations, while they are the ones who are actually pushing our members to go to the very same dangerous areas. So I don't agree with them.
All right, Mr. Mpogeng, thank you for your time. That was South African Emergency Personnel's Union President, Mpho Mpogeng.